Have we all recovered from Sporting yet? I'm not sure I have, but we have a chance for redemption today, not just for what happened against Sporting in the last episode, but also for that first season of this save when we were at Liverpool, because we have one last chance in this series to show Liverpool who the biggest team on Merseyside is, and that chance is today. Hello and welcome to Season 2, Part 9 of my Everton Save. I'm Kev, and coming up on today's episode, we're away against Chelsea and at home against Liverpool, the big one. Although in actual fact, if we look at the league table, they're all pretty big ones at this point. We have been massively performing above expectations this season. We have hopefully had our blip, which is where we lost against West Brom, lost against Hull, and got absolutely spanked by Sporting. If you ignore those three results, we've been in incredible form again, and that's why we find ourselves much higher in the league than I think anybody expected. We've got a game in hand over everyone above us and a chance to push back up into third place in today's game. Unfortunately, because we're playing fifth place Chelsea, there's also a chance that we're going to fall outside of the Champions League spots, which we've not really spent any significant time outside of them since September time. So I think if we fall out of a Champions League spot now, combining with what happened in the Europa League, it might just be enough to finish us off, and to possibly have the killing blow, we then have to go and play Liverpool as well. So a lot riding on today's two matches, and this is the team that we're going to play to try and make something happen. So as you've all told me, yeah, we probably had the wrong keeper in goal in the last game. So Matthew Ryan is back in goal today. Where is Didion? Oh, Didion's injured. That's not the only reason he's back. Ankle ligaments. I didn't even realise he was injured. It's just when I noticed Bettinelli was on the bench, because I'm still too lazy to pick my own substitutes. So Matthew Ryan's back in goal. We've also made a few changes further forward. Augustinson comes back in for Amavi at left back. Then we've got Rodrigo Chow alongside Benassia and Gajic at right back. A midfield of Tom Cleverley, Bruno Fernandes and Asensio, with Penny in behind Traore and De Jong. So on the bench we have heroes of last year: Will Hughes, Romelu Lukaku, Ross Barkley, Berger not even making it onto the bench because he's averaging a 6.72 for us so far. I've not been at all impressed with him, so let's make him the scapegoat despite the fact he wasn't even involved in Europe. He might come back against Liverpool, but I've tried to pick a team based on form other than, Lukaku. Lukaku probably should be in the side. He's our form player, but I can't get around the fact that De Jong and Traore score goals. Lukaku did in the last game, but there's what am I doing here? What am I thinking? Why do I keep picking on Lukaku when, if we look at his last 5 games, he's scored there, he scored there, he scored there, he scored there. Okay, 2 of them are penalties. No, we'll say we're saving him for Liverpool. And this is a big decision. I should have sold Lukaku in the summer. I think that's part of the problem. Both Lukaku and Ross Barkley, for 2 years in a row now, have been on their way out of the club. They've requested transfers. We assumed they were leaving, so we've signed their replacements. And now we've got ourselves in the situation where we've got De Jong and Traore along with Lukaku and Valencia, who's nearly fit again. We've got, as well as Barkley, Penny and Asensio, who are both as good as him. And we're kind of a little bit bloated in the attacking positions in the squad. Oh, hold on. Need to just sort this out. Those of you who watch the other series as well, Non-League to Legend, will know why the league table is up there. I had a complete breakdown in yesterday's episode when the league table went away, and you all gleefully told me it's up in the top left. Well, I was too stressed to find it at the time. I see now that it was up in the top left all along, so we'll put it back where it's supposed to be. And what it's showing us at the moment is even a draw is enough to push us above Tottenham and back up into third place. Winning the league's obviously not going to happen. It never was going to happen, but we could still secure second place even, or a decent Champions League spot. Although if we lose this game, all of that changes, because there you go, we're outside of the Champions League spots now. Fifth place is enough to satisfy the board. It's enough to satisfy the pre-season prediction. It's not enough to satisfy me. I think for us to do another season with Everton, it needs to be a season in the Champions League. It needs to be offering us something a little bit different. This was never meant to be a long-term save. That's why we signed so many players in that first season on massive money on buy now, pay later, because we never expected to even do a second season. If we end up doing a third or fourth season, then it really needs to be something a little bit different. We need to be getting ourselves up into the Champions League to convince me to keep this series going, and it's not looking likely at the moment, because after 26 minutes we're 2-0 down, and Newcastle and Arsenal must be sat there looking at us thinking, yeah, this Europa League thing, this looks like good fun. I mean, I'm not surprised the lads are struggling a little bit now. They don't want to go back into the Europa League because they know what happens when they go there. Why do I even want to go into the Champions League? We saw what happens when we play against anyone marginally good. Marginally. There you go. Use real words, Kev. It was all right when we were in our group and there was no one who was any good. As soon as we played against a decent European team, we got absolutely thumped. Let's ignore the fact that we thumped them in the first leg. They thumped us with interest in the return leg, and it still hurts. That's why we've had an extra day off of Everton, because I couldn't quite bring myself to do this video. Those of you who like to keep track of these things, it's 12 o'clock on Sunday and the video's coming out today. That's how much I've been dreading watching us fall out of the Champions League spots, and it's happening. We're falling out of the Champions League spots. We're going to go 3-0 down. We are completely powerless to stop Chelsea. I mean, look at this. They've had 62% possession. We've not had a shot on target yet. For the last year and a half, he's doing the Lukaku penalty clap. He's clapping and didn't even look the way he was going to kick the ball. I mean, he's seen what Lukaku did for us last year with the penalty clap, and he's gone even better. He's not even looking at where the ball's going to go. I mean, that just rubs salt into the wound. Let's bring on Ross Barkley. I mean, we're probably doing the team that you're all telling me that we should have done at the start. Let's just bring everyone on and do that. There you go. Our 3 world-class-ish players are now on the pitch, like they should have been from the start. Berger probably should be on here as well, because you're all telling me he was a good signing. But, Lukaku fires wide. I'm bottling this even more than I already was, because my head's gone. I can't make decisions anymore with this Everton team. I don't know who's good and who's bad. I'm ignoring form. If I was the chairman of Everton Football Club at the moment, I'd be looking at some of my recent erratic behaviour and thinking, yeah, he's been good for the last year and a half, but we all saw how he fell apart at Liverpool. His head's gone. He started to come to work naked. No, he's not naked. It's all gone wrong. The paint's coming off my Batgirl cup as well. That's upsetting me. Don't know if you can see that, but we're losing some of the paint on there because I use it every day and wash it up too often. No good can come from washing up a coffee mug. But I mean, since those 3 players have come on, we have looked a little bit more of an attacking force, but it's far too little, far too late. And Chelsea are so far ahead, they can just stick 10 men behind the ball and not care. So they're obviously good at that, and they've just been efficient, and we've been trash. And now we've got to play Liverpool, and we've had the stuffing knocked out of us again. Oh, this is not going to go well, is it? Right, this team looks a little bit more like it for the Liverpool game. No need to make any changes to the defensive side of things, but Berger comes in as the ball-winning midfielder. Will Hughes comes back into the midfield, as well as a roaming playmaker. Lukaku is back in up front, playing as a poacher though, because I like Traore as a complete forward. Ross Barkley's still on the bench because Penny's in better form than he is, so Penny gets to stay on the side. But Barkley and De Jong and Asensio, they're all there if needed, as is Enner Valencia, who's finally back in training from his incredibly long layoff. If you've not been watching the series regularly, you won't know why that's so exciting. He started the season ridiculously well, 8 goals in 12 games. He also got a hat-trick in the FA Cup final last year. He was a superstar, and if he can come back after 6 months out at least in anything like that kind of form, then it's going to be like having a new superstar striker. Didion also makes his way back onto the bench as well. He's recovered from the slight knock that kept him out against Chelsea. So let's submit this team. Let's see how many of our Liverpool team are still there. It's nearly 2 years since we left now, because we were fired at about this point of that season. I've left Valencia out. Goodness me. He's only just back training again. Right. Don't know who he is. We had those 2, Firmino and Coutinho. We signed Fred. We had Emre Can. We signed De Chilio, the fullback of many names. We signed Fraser Forster. There's some of my team still there. No sign of Iheanacho, though, who we spent £40 million on. Probably the reason I got sacked in the end. Because, yeah, that was probably not the best way to invest £40 million in a January transfer window when we needed a striker. Looks like whoever's their manager now has fixed that problem. I thought Lukaku had scored after less than a minute, but Fraser Forster is going to have the match of his life to show that I was right to sign him, even though you all said I was wrong. The fact he's still there 2 years later suggests he's doing all right. We haven't beaten Liverpool at any point in this save, and I don't know that I can live in a world where we don't get revenge for them sacking me. It's not often I get sacked. We need to prove that we got the last laugh, and I don't think we're going to get the opportunity to do that because Liverpool are looking rather impressive. Traore, though. We're 1-0 up. Forget impressive Liverpool nonsense. We're 1-0 up against them. If we win this, it'll feel like winning the Champions League. The redemption story will be complete. We don't need to play the last couple of games of the season. We don't care about the Champions League. This series has all been about showing that Liverpool were wrong to sack me, and if they'd stuck with me, it would have all come good in the end. Although, that being said, as it stands right now, we're back up into a Champions League spot again. So perhaps it is a little bit about that as well, because that's pleasing. Although Liverpool are coming at us again here, and we need to be very careful. Rodrigo Chow comes across and covers well. Coutinho heads very tamely into the hands of Matthew Ryan. We need a couple more goals. We want to make this impressive. Gajic can't get his cross in, and now Liverpool have got a break on. There's nobody supporting their forward, and Coutinho has scored his 15th goal of the season. He was quite good for me as well. Doesn't make me feel any better. Oh, that's a poor attempt at a slide tackle there from probably Gajic, and there's no way Coutinho should be scoring from there. Ryan should have done a lot better. Didion's back on the bench, you know. You've already seen once this season that I prefer him. Maybe, well, yeah, but then Sporting happened. I probably don't prefer him anymore. I preferred him that day. Right, Benassia to Augustinson, but Klein intercepts. Liverpool want this more at the moment. This is worrying. Lukaku finds Traore. Fernandes to Traore again. And Bertrand Traore, he's not really had any opportunity to be the man around here since signing from Chelsea in the summer. He's always been a super sub. The last couple of games have been the first time, really, that he's been proper first choice, getting selected ahead of other strikers. And he is grasping that opportunity with both hands. 2 goals inside the first 20 minutes, and we might have a new hero. I mean, yeah, it's his 15th goal of the season, so he's been a hero for a little while, but he's doing it from the start now. He's not just an impact player. He's playing here in the local derby from the start. He's dispossessed Luke de Jong, and that's a lovely ball to Penny, and Lukaku's in now, and it's 3-1. Ooh, too right. The Everton fans are ecstatic. I'm ecstatic too. We're 3-1 up against Liverpool. Look, there's a little Liverpool flags at the other end of the pitch. Oh, will they still be there at the end when we're 8-0 up? Well, we won't be 8-0 up. Unless we score so many goals, they just start taking them off Liverpool. Presumably, once you get past 9, the scoreboard can't register 10, so they just start taking goals off the opposition. That would be a brilliant idea. Or when you score a goal, get the choice to add it to yours or take it off theirs. I know it makes no real difference, but it would just be fun. And we could then pretend we kept a clean sheet. Right, Traore didn't do much there, but Rodrigo Chow did head clear nicely. And we'd probably be happy if it just didn't get another highlight from here. But we want to properly send a message. Fernandes is intercepted though, and Coutinho. Again, Gajic is too far forward. That's a good interception from Bruno Fernandes, but Nathaniel Klein has been everywhere. At that time, Gajic does get across and cover against Coutinho. In the same way as when I was at Liverpool, the danger men are Klein and Coutinho. They've got control of the 2 flanks. And I guess it doesn't help the fact that we're playing a very narrow system, and now it's 3-2. And all of a sudden, the Liverpool flags are still there. And they're at both ends of the pitch. Haven't we changed ends since our last comment on that? Matthew Ryan again should have done better. Oh, why can't we get either of our goalkeepers into form? Ryan's supposed to be one of the top goalkeepers in the world. And he's just not showing it at the moment. I think his head's been turned. He was brilliant until we started getting offers from the likes of Barcelona for him. And I think he's mentally already moved on. Right, let's get Ross Barkley on. It's a local derby. He's a local lad. The media always comments, so that must be relevant in some way. We're also going to bring on Asensio for Berger and just switch Will Hughes back to be the ball-winning midfielder. And hopefully Ross Barkley's enthusiasm and exuberance as a local lad will be enough to force us over the finish line. Cool, you're scoring some cliche bingo points today, aren't you? Right, we'll also bring on Jordan Amavi for Augustinsson because I like Amavi and I think he's a little bit hard done by, but he was one of the ones who got dropped in response to the poor run of form that we'd been in. I hope we're just about going to hold on. There's a minute or so left. Liverpool are attacking. It's Gajic getting across to cover again. Just get the ball clear. Oh, it was a stressful end, but who cares? We've beaten Liverpool. We're the best team in Merseyside. Redemption story complete. We're back up into the Champions League spots. Who said doom and gloom? This has all been a positive episode. I think we've probably got one more one more episode left this season, so that'll be Tuesday or Wednesday. Because we're probably going to finish this series, we won't stick to the Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday schedule this week. We'll put that one out on Wednesday, I think, and then next Saturday come back with something a little bit different in the new slot, which I haven't decided on yet, so let me know down in the comments what you'd like to see. If you've enjoyed that, make sure you pop a like on there for me, subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see more, and thank you very much for watching.